Today they're doing this thing called Breast Mix Project. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
But, so the staff plan a month in advance for that. Our adult program runs a little differently. They do 8 weeks out. So 8 weeks of their interest groups, and then they rotate to different interest groups after that 8-week period. We also have an after adult program, which is about 10 to 12 adults.
Okay.
It's very recreation based, a little more laid back than the after school program and the adult day program, and that runs in the afternoon, 1:30 to 6. And they do all sorts of fun things, things that you and I probably want to be doing when we get home from school, work, whatever that looks like.
Yep.
They're doing that with their adults.
Okay.
So last week they went to a bar and
That's
yeah,
fun.
yeah, they had mocktails and they played pool.
Okay.
And, so that's kind of what the afternoon is. They'll cook, just things like that, hang out. And then we have a Friday and Saturday program that runs Friday nights and then Saturday afternoons.
Okay.
That's very recreation based too.
Okay.
So 2 weeks ago they went to Vegas.
Oh,
they went
that's
to
fun.
Vegas for the weekend.
Nice.
They go to movies, go out to eat, go to museums, that kind of stuff for Friday, Saturdays. This is our backyard, so you can see we have a garden, a nice big grassy area. All of our participants help with the gardening.
Okay.
They plant the seeds, harvest it, all that stuff. We also have a community garden. Our adults also are awesome. Our adults volunteer, so we take our clients out to volunteer. So they go to the soup kitchen and they feed the homeless.
Okay.
They go to El Dorado and they're greeters, and they do Meals on Wheels.
Oh,
so
fun.
our adults are really active. I'll move over for a second. It's a neat giving out treats. Ooh. Yes. We're getting ready for a party.
Okay.
So I'll just kind of show you this. This is a typical day of interest groups for adults. So you can see, today's Wednesday, yeah. So Victor right now is in the kitchen and he's doing holiday favorites.
Okay.
So they're making something, and then they're going to do kitchen cleanup in the afternoon. Doug is doing lights, camera smashing. I have no idea what that is, but I'm assuming it's photography. They like to come up with creative names. And then he's really into ASMR. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's actually doing an ASMR group. And then he's gonna do Wicked Science, so they're doing science experiments. So each staff plants 3 things,
Okay.
and then the participants go to it. So this is our adult room. Kitchen. We have dividers because this is a pretty big room, so they can divide into smaller groups within here. So there's a couple groups going on right in here.
Okay.
What do you got in there? That's too many. Thank you. So, that's a little bit about our programs. We also have a community pool, here.
Okay.
So Miss Janet at the front desk, I'm sorry about her.
She's
So she's actually a volunteer here. She's
Okay.
One of our swimmers. She's retired, so she likes to go and volunteer here.
Yeah.
But we have a community pool, so we have a lot of community members come in and take classes. So we have a lot of aerobics, we have arthritis swim, and we have a free swim. So a lot of community members come here, as well as in the morning time, our adults actually get in and take a class with the community members. So it's very inclusive.
Yeah.
So some of our participants are already in here taking a class with these community members. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So I know you're asking about challenges and most valuable experiences.
Yeah.
So for challenges, we're moving towards this thing called person-centered planning. And basically what that means is thinking about the person and a person as in what they want to do, not necessarily what they need, right?
Okay.
So let's say a participant is overweight.
Okay.
Their goal, typically a goal for that person would probably be they need to maximize their health, right? They need to exercise 3 times a week, whatever.
Okay.
But we're moving towards, maybe that person doesn't care about their weight, right? They're like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They want a boyfriend, they want a girlfriend, they want to go to the movies every Tuesday. So they want to go out and they need to be safe, things like that. So we're moving towards that idea.
Okay.
And with that idea comes, in the future, in the next couple of years, we're going to have our participants out in the community 75% of the day.
Okay.
We don't do that right now.
Yeah.
Right now, we do. I told you, I mentioned we take them out, whatever, but not for 75% of their day.
Yeah.
And when you think about somebody who's disabled, who's in a wheelchair. Sometimes they need to be laid down on like a table to use the restroom, right?
Yes.
So how are we going to take a person in a wheelchair who needs to be laid down to use the restroom out in the community for 75% of their day?
Yeah.
There's no changing tables out in the community, right?
Yeah.
So that's a challenge that we're going to have to face in the future. Hopefully the world becomes more accessible. That would just be the best, right?
More
But
inclusive.
who knows? Probably not, right? So, or not within the next couple of years when we need this to happen. So that's one of our challenges. Most memorable experience. I do not have like a single most memorable experience. I've been here for a year and a half. I started out as the recreation intern, and then I was hired on full time in my position I'm in now for a year.
Okay.
So every day is new and exciting for me, especially during the summer. Our children are here all day, and I get to take them out in the morning on community outings. So we've gone to Big Air Trampoline Park, we've done laser tag, we've done Griffith Park, we've gone to the zoos, all sorts of places, right? That's my most memorable experience because every day I'm helping with quality of life and creating a meaningful experience for our children.
Quick question. So how'd you get into like becoming an RT? Was that like a first choice, or did you just have to find it?
So I'm from the Midwest.
Okay.
So originally I had gone to school and I wanted to do speech pathology because that's what my cousin does, and I loved her job and I shadowed her and I loved what she did. And then I got to school and learned that I cannot do physics to save my life, and you need to do physics to be able to do speech path because you have to learn about the physics of your voice and your hearing. I can't do it. My brain can't do that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I want to be a special ed teacher. Did just a couple special ed courses, and I'm like, no, I don't.
Okay.
So I went to my advisor, and she pointed me in the direction of recreational therapy, and it worked out perfectly because I was working in a place similar to this, where I grew up. So I was like, oh, I love this population. Recreational therapy is going to help me work with this population. Awesome. So that's what I did. So that's how I got into this.
Was there ever a time where you felt like I shouldn't be this profession?
In the beginning, yes, when I was unsure of what I was going to do, if I was going to even have a job after, because it's kind of like, where are the jobs for recreational therapy?
Yeah.
So in that sense, yes, and then otherwise, no. I love what I do. I love helping provide quality of life. So.
If you were to give advice for someone joining the field, what do you think is like the biggest quality they should have as a person?
Quality, definitely open-mindedness. So, in any population, you're going to encounter people that are different than you. So keeping that open mind. If you've never been around the elderly, if you've never been around somebody in corrections, you've never been around somebody in the nursing home or disabilities, then or mental health, it's going to be difficult for you if you don't have that open mind and can't adapt yourself, right? So there's kind of like a learning curve. So when we have volunteers that come in here and have never worked with people with disabilities, it's there, you can see it on their face. They're like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? But after a couple days, you can see, oh yeah, this is fine, I'm fine, this is cool, it's whatever. So definitely open-mindedness. Another piece of advice I have for you, I don't know what year you are in school, but if you can dip your toes into lots of different populations, volunteer, work, whatever, at different places. That's one thing that I didn't really do. I did like a week in corrections for a class. So I went to a jail and I did RT for them, and that wasn't my thing. And then like 2 days at like a skilled nursing facility. And then I just always knew that I wanted to work in this population.